So yeah, a large part of my delay is I haven't actually gotten any BlizzCon points yet. Last 2 seasons. I mean, mostly it's my fault, but most of my games are played while streamed right now. With me streaming like 4 hours Monday through Friday most of the time, so I feel like I really need to get some points this season. And yeah, like the hard part isn't just like a lot, like a large portion of games feel sniping you. It's like because a lot of people want to play on stream, and you know if they're gonna snipe you anyways, it's not just they know your cards. They also always counter you with the decks. Like every time I play like Paladin, it's Rogue. Every time I play Rogue, it's Warrior. Every time I played Warrior, it was like Paladin. It's like that whole cycle thing. It was like super weird. And I almost feel like that's actually harder to deal with than them knowing your cards. Because, like, no matter what deck you play, they always play the counter deck. Hopefully I can make it to top 10 this season. I think 10 is the break point. That you get a lot of points. Well, 1 is like 50 and 2 to 10 is 40 points. So I'm trying to get top 10 this season. Actually, with this hand, I can actually just play the other Void Caller, and I'll have plenty of demons still. I don't know if that's the better one or worse one. It should all be good though. Interesting. I got BJH, but I can't be too salty about that because I'm a handlock, so that's at least the BJH down. Well, certainly a weird situation. I can either Hellfire, go face, or tap. I feel like I'm just gonna tap and trade here. Tapping gets me one more card, develops my board a little bit here. It does. Hellfire does kill this guy and then get some damage in, but I do like this better. I don't think I'm too scared of this trade anyways. I have another demon. Wait, where'd my Draxus go? Oh, I see what happened.
I have no time for games.
It's weird how often these situations are identical. I think last time I streamed, this situation came up where it's like Awkward Sylvanas or Lothab on turn 6, but because my hand is so weird, I need to tap. So turn 7, I'm gonna tap plus Lothab. Because he can just attack this and then Whirlwind or something, or even just execute this, or Shield Slam. So it's likely that my Sylvanas doesn't do anything here, but if I play Lothab here and then next turn played Sylvanas, I feel like I really need a tap is the problem. He's running out of cards as well, but I'm also running low on cards. Shredder's a pretty good card to see. I mean, it's pretty strong, but it means that his deck is smaller mana curve, I think. Could be a mid-range warrior, no brawl, perhaps not as grindy, like, for example, like Sneed's Shredders and Ysera's, those are very scary cards. Isering Shredder probably doesn't have that kind of deck. Let's see what I get first. I'm worried this is too weak to Brawl, but I think I still have more creatures later on. Plus, I kind of feel like it doesn't have Brawl with Shredders, like more mid-range warrior. If I just taunt a 1-up, he can actually get through the one taunt and go for my weaker minions. I'm not sure if I like it that much though, just in case. Oh, so it looks like yeah, he doesn't have Brawl. And yet, yeah, it's like more of a just mid-range word. That's really bad against my deck. I'm gonna forget about the Shadow Flame, it seems too weird. Oh wow, that's huge. Hit so many breakpoints. But problem is taunting up. Yeah, that's actually not good. Problem is, basically taunting up makes my Watchers useless, right? Because if all my minions have taunt, he can just ignore the Watchers and dictate the trades. So yeah, like the point of these Watchers is for me to be able to dictate trades, or if he runs out of taunts, so I can go face and force him to attack the Watchers with his minions instead of my other minions. I really don't like taunting out my other minions. I think I'm so far ahead here that I don't want to owl. Like I could have owled the Belcher and had really good trades. Like I could have killed Armorsmith with this, killed the slime. Like it would have been really good to owl. It's just I think I'm so far ahead here that I'm mostly scared of Sylvanas. And if I do play owl and he plays Sylvanas, I feel that's really weird. Oh, it looks like he had Brawl. Didn't see where he played it from though. At least I still have my owl. Need to work my way down lower life so I can play this Molten soon. So question is, what's better? Protect my 4-3 from the weapon or play Dr. Boom? Gonna go for Dr. Boom. As I get lower from tapping, I think this taunt is actually like more and more important as well. I actually can't deal with that. 4-9 is perfect. Because it can survive a hit. I don't like dropping this that much, this Molten Giant, because it can die.
That belongs in a museum.
So I want to Argus like this. So that means I have 6 more mana here. Alright, let's go ahead and... This would be a really good hand with a coin. Alright, this seems fine. Zelly, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the Strife crew. Here's a Crowfist. If I had a coin, I would have kept both Drakes so I can coin one out. But again, I don't know if it's Zoo or Handlock. If it's Zoo, keeping both Drakes, I think is very greedy. Plus, even against Handlock, if you can't play them both on 4, like coin one, I guess it'd still be good, but it's also good to get some situational cards like BJH and Owls against Handlock. It's a really scary opening. It has like the perfect opening against Handlock as Zoo. Basically, Knife Juggler, Flame, and Leopard Gnome. All the high damage minions. Like the unscary openings are the ones that are Death Rattle based. like, you know, a Nerubian eggs and Haunted Creepers. That's the weak openings. Because you can just ignore them, tap, and then play your forward, like, your big minions. It's like the Flamant Leper Gnome Knife Juggler openings that really force you to have the answer, or like it creates a lot of tension if they played those early and then around turn 4 or 5 right before the AoE, then they start playing the eggs. I mean, even though I had Dark Bomb, which is good. If I didn't have Dark Bomb, it would have been a lot harder, but you can't really be scared as a zoo of Dark Bomb. It's just 1-for-1, even if your juggler gets Dark Bomb. Wow. Hope I don't die, but I have to play kind of risky. Especially without Molten Giants, I don't have the outs later on. 7. I mean, it's hard for him to kill me. Oh, wow. Hellfire, I think, is more risky than taunting up here. Yeah, this is better. I mean, I have to hope he doesn't have silences or whatever, but even though this guy has Wind Fury, since my minions trade instantly, he can't attack twice unless he can get through. If he gets through, I'm dead, but the other way, I'm dead anyways. If I played Hellfire trade, I have no board, 1 life, so anything would kill me. I mean, any 1 damage would kill me. My other option. It is really important for my minions to have more than 4 attack here for this Void Terror. In fact, I guess it was really important for it to have more than 5 since he had Argus. Is that lethal? Not yet, actually. But oh man, that 1 damage here is so big because now I can't Hellfire. I kind of needed to Hellfire. Oh. I was thinking of tapping. I'd be at 9 here, but it is a pretty big breakpoint. Like 4 difference between 11 and 9 is big. One Dim Guard or 1 Power Rolling, but also I get to silence the thing. It's kind of useful. Also, it's just developing a 2/1 here against Zoo is useful as well. Plus, I have Mal'Ganis next turn, so hopefully that can carry me. It has to be Mal'Ganis. I think he messed up. He could have buffed one of the spiders up. I have to tap. Even if I had Hellfire, I'd still be at 1 life. Hellfire plus Sun Fury or something. This is way better though. I feel the most part I assume that 3 and 1 is almost the same. I almost feel like tapping, but I don't know if there's a point. 3 and 1 seem kind of similar. It's just like once he has creatures on board, there's also things like Abusive that can do just 2 damage. So 3 and 1 is different. But I mean, he can't really get through anyways with Abusive. It matters though. Like, say he plays Doomguard here and then Abusive, I would die the other way. I think I'd kill him anyways next turn, even with that extra card. Oh, I didn't die. That looked really scary. I think against Mech Range, I'm gonna keep one Watcher. Worst case scenario is I save it for Mirror Entity. Best case scenario is I pick up an Owl. And then I can just coin it out and then kill his Mech Warper. It's super big. Oh, that works. I guess I have to decide what kind of deck this is soon. Mages could be a lot of stuff. Probably Freeze Mage, Lit Hoarder. I think I want to pressure Freeze Mage early on. It's kind of weird using my coin, but I can still tap and hopefully get a 4-drop. Earthen Ring I think I have to save for healing against Freeze Mage. Also, I'm running the risk of not tapping enough. Need to get my mid-range minions soon. I had to coil the Loot Hoarder because if you trade here, you can ping it and kill my pressure. Interesting. Unsealable Portal. Maybe it's not actually a Freeze Mage, more like a mid-range or a Tempo Mage. AI, Loot Hoarder. I guess they make sense in non-Freeze Mage like Tempo. Okay, yeah. Frostbolt. He can't Frostbolt a minion as Freeze Mage, I think. That's super weird. It seems like it's it's a minion-based mage with... I mean, it has to be minion based if he's using Unsealable Portal. Giants. I guess it might be one of those Echo of Medivh giant, like a Moltnan mountain giant. Okay, so this is going to be a really big turn for me. I need to proc this, kill this guy. Play Mad Science first. Oh, interesting.
I got this.
So if it's duplicate, he's actually going to duplicate the Defender of Argus. Basically, I needed to force that. Because the ordering there is super important. The Mount John was first on board, then the Mad Scientist. So they die in the order they come into play. If it wasn't like that, I might have had to like attack that and Dark Bomb. There's no good way for me to do that way though. Okay, so I don't know what secret it is. Maybe I should check. I know 2 of his cards are Defender of Argus. 1 card is Unstable Portal Minion. I think the best is Trek if it's duplicate. I mean, it wouldn't have been duplicate, but never hurts to check. 1 should be Ice Block or Ice Barrier. Ice Block, actually. Duplicate. Interesting. Could that be duplicate? I mean, it probably is. That's the weird thing. Oh, well. Okay, well, that worked out well. I duplicated 2 trash minions. Okay, so this is Ice Block. And he has 2 Loot Hoarders in his hand and 2 Arguses in his hand and a random minion from Unstable Portal. Problem is that left at the Loot Hoarder he could trade in and then duplicate something else, like play a Belcher. It's super weird for me. Certainly a little bit awkward for me. The Rubian's annoying, but it's just gonna stop one of my taps. Basically, it's super important for me not to taunt this guy up because he's planning on flame striking, so, or maybe he's planning on flame striking, and I can't kill the Void Caller first before flame striking. That way he can flame strike my demon that comes out. So he still has 1 Argus, or yeah, he duplicated 2, so he only played 1 again. This was the Unstable Portal minion, and he played both Loot Hoarders. Loot Hoarder is actually not the worst to duplicate because it gets to cycle through a lot, but it's still certainly good to proc duplicate on Loot Hoarder over like a more scary minion like Belcher or Giant. The problem is he's almost gone through his whole deck. Oh man, so I have to deal with Molten Giants soon. Like Molten Giant plus Echo of Medivh might just totally screw me. Because you can go Molten Echo, and then I guess it doesn't have to play the other 2. Just save it after that. Stagger for Shadow Flame. Molten Echo. So if I don't attack him, at least he can't do that. Mini Mage, interesting. Problem is he's gone through so many of his cards. I can't just hope that he doesn't have it. But it's too late for me to do anything. I just need to draw as many cards as possible soon because I need to draw Shadow Flame. Oh, spare. That's very good for me. Okay, that's very good for me then. Because block would like kind of screw me if he plays, especially since I get him low for free Moltens, then he can go Molten and still have block up. Especially if he plays something crazy like Moltens and Echoes, like plays like 6 Moltens here, 4 Moltens here, and I just die. The only way I have is I need a top deck Shadow Flame around that, so I can like Shadow Flame this or maybe even something else. But Barrier is really bad because now he can't just. First of all, he's too high life to do that, and second of all, if he just plays Moltens, I can just kill him because no block. So that's weird that you would use Barrier instead of block in a Molten deck. It has to be a Molten deck, right? He's just playing Mountain Giants already. Wow, really? Interesting. Because I install Argus to ton up the Moltens as well. Maybe it just doesn't have it. Well, it's good for me. Now, since I figure I'll lock out this turn with Lotheb, I don't want him to ping his own Acolyte. Although, 4 cards, maybe that was wrong. I mean, judging from the cards we saw, it doesn't even seem like his deck should be able to win, because all we saw are small minions, Mini Mage and things like that. And then he has this heal bot here. He can't be a Freeze Mage when a burn, because he's already used 2 Fireballs and 1 Frostbolt. There's no more burn. It just seems weird. I'm really surprised he didn't play Moltens when he got to 10. I'm just wondering how it's possible. At this point, it's not about like one gigantic molten turn for me. I'm okay just playing 1 for 8, not a big deal. What if he has Ice Lances? After seeing Cabal Geomancers, well, Frostwell Ice Lance, that's 3 plus 8, 11 damage. I guess I should be careful. I haven't been being careful because after 2 Fireballs have been used. Oh. Yeah, so I was like getting really worried because he didn't play Giants. I was just wondering what was in his deck. He has to have a win condition with this kind of deck. It's either going to be Molten Giants or I was kind of wondering maybe it was Ice Lance. So I was getting scared of Ice Lance. Oh wow, it's everything. He just has the whole package. Okay, so I know he has 1 of each. I'm off by 1 for lethal.